Hello, everybody. So, I wanted to do a series, and the idea behind it is to show what makes Warhammer Fantasy fun and great as a concept, as a game, really as a story that you can craft yourself. So, this is sort of the first part. I did a book review. I did a book review of all the books I had, right? And I didn't like it. I didn't like it. It was too long, and I used a certain catchphrase that I'm going to avoid in this video. I'm going to try. So we kind of start off with the cover here. This is one of the first books I wanted to take a look at because it kind of exemplifies this series that I'm going to call What Makes Warhammer Fantasy Great. And that's going to be not the title of this video, but this is the General's Compendium. And so you got orcs, they're chilling on a barricade. You got Empire, they're coming to get the booty, you know. Usual stuff, pretty cool. However, it's more interesting because of the implications. You know, you have Empire chilling out, firing cannons at this boat. You get another scenario here with more defenses. And the whole idea behind this one, there's a bridge battle with orcs coming over the water. You got the chariot. No, that's not the chariot. I'm sorry. Thought it was. Chariot's somewhere in that picture. It's hiding. There is a chariot, I promise. It's not just a figment of my imagination. This is not Xbox product placement, by the way. Here. There you go. No product placement. Bye-bye. Bad Microsoft. No, I'm kidding. So, the thing that this book introduced that I think's important with Warhammer Fantasy is different ways to play the game, right? So, it gives you sort of a basic overview. So, if we look here, it says Wizard Duel. Then you get a meeting engagement. Then you get a capture, right? And then it gets a little more detailed. Baggage train, a raid, and then an ambush, okay? Well, how about we change this up? Weighted ladder campaign 2. Storm the defenses. Game 1, storm the barricades, scale the walls, siege, battle in the streets. And you see the victory points and points per side for troops carries, right? Same with here, ogres for hire, capture, meeting engagement. So they're setting up the availability for you to play varied campaigns. You got more ideas going on here. Same here, you know, with a little setup going on here, right? Same here with a branching setup depending on the outcomes. But then you get to something like this, and I think this is a really cool exemplification. Is that a word? I'm going to go with that. Screw you, it's a word. Seeing this ladder, you know, staggered out campaign where each outcome determines the next, and there's a bunch of different outcomes, right? And they're all going, that's the idea. It allows for almost a really strong development in the narrative. By the way, I love this board. I want to have this board's babies. If y'all don't know, I like building boards, and it's super cool to see the dwarves just hanging out, fighting skeletons. Yeah, that's something you don't see every day, dwarves fighting skeletons. I'll take it. Vampire counts are kind of rude. I've looked through these books, you know, beforehand. Not just before I did this. It sets up different ways to play as well. Not just these campaigns that they're pushing, these structured campaigns. Oh, let me talk about my boy, okay? My boy here. What's his name? Yeah, so he's a goblin general. He has regenerate. I forget this man's name. Let's see. Oh, his name's Grom the Punch. Now, Take the chariot away. Take his buddy away, because he doesn't have friends, okay? Tell me, does that man, that little green gobbo, intimidate you? I wouldn't be very intimidated. You gotta remember, he's like 3 feet tall. I'm not scared. I'm not even scared with his little dogies. Here's some more... Here's a better shot. This light's screwing me over. Here's a better shot of the bridge battle. How that's playing out there. They're rushing down the bridge to get to the cannons before the cannons cream them. So, you know, in this book, we get the ideas with these campaigns, plenty of tips to build terrain. I mean, all kinds of different tips. Different tips for doing scenarios like last stands, like this is going on here. You know, similar thing going on here. It's just so interesting. And this is why I like, you know, they're detailing the creation. That's why I like these books. I like Warhammer Fantasy books like this because they breathe life into the hobby. Ooh. They bring life into the hobby. And see here, they give you a whole bunch of cool and very varied campaigns. Here they show you how to build a little white barrow, or barrow, however you want to pronounce that. And they give you more advice for terrain creation as well. And you can do this with, you know, just a little bit of foam and a kitchen knife and some time and a little bit of paint, right? A little hut. Pretty interesting. You ever wanted to make orky huts? I assume that was an orky hut. I didn't read it, but I'm gonna say it's probably an orky hut. So that kind of exemplifies my love for the series. It's books like these that give you... Ooh, this is a really good 3D map. I like that hill. I really like that hill. It gives you more ways to experience the game, not just a straight-up pitched battle. You can have all of these different scenarios. And it allows you to express your love for the game. And I'll get into something more with the next books that we cover. The next books that we cover will detail... Here's a Chaos War Mammoth, by the way. Not a model you get to see very often. They look kind of ugly unpainted, but they look really good when they are painted. I actually have like 17 or 13 bases made up for War Mammoths. Just the perfect size. I just don't have any War Mammoths to put on them. I think I want to make them out of... Some of these are custom. You know, they're brewing the Madcap mushrooms, I want to say. Custom miner models. I mean, he's generic, but not every miner that they show in here is generic. Some of them are completely unique. And so this, you know what? I think there's a little bit more here in the back that I want to show you, and then we'll kind of get to my closing statements, because I don't want to drag these on too long. I don't want to drag them on too long. So, put the back there. So in conclusion, my thoughts on this book, it's kind of, you know, it's what I've been stating so far. I enjoy the deeper side of the hobby. I like when people get to be creative, create these, you know, handmade parts, kit bash models, create these storylines, and then you can take this and kind of gestalt the ideas behind it and bring that into your campaigns, so you can have that campaign where you create a character in Warhammer Fantasy RPG, you take him and do skirmishes with him, you take some of those skirmish ideas from this book, and then you bring it all the way out into a full-fledged campaign where you're using branching paths based on what your player does, things that deepen your experience and your love for the hobby and allow you to be creative. Like, I never knew I liked building terrain. I have a really fun lava table that I don't get to use too often. I'm building a table of Constantinople, like the whole city. I want to do other cities, but that's not in this video. That's what I like doing, and so that's what I'm going to continue doing, showing you these books, showing you these different ways to play, and maybe, if I can coerce some people, I'll be able to show you guys a campaign where we start from that Warhammer Fantasy RPG background, and then we bring it all the way up until it is pitched battles in a campaign of a branching nature. And I think that would be really pleasant and just really exemplify the hobby. So, this has been False Ruler, and peace out. Play on.